Today I'm super excited because Dacia just presented the new Duster 2024 version, and I didn't have the chance to see it in real, but I get through all the information, technical data, and I wanna give you in this video, I wanna give you my opinion, and I wanna give you all some of the technical data and some of the changes that the new Dacia Duster come with. From my point of view, usually I'm not a big fan of those type of videos, but I'm a big fan of this Dacia. I think it's one of the best quality price SUV that you can get on the market, at least in Europe, at least for the moment. And I'm really excited to present you. I think this new Dacia Duster come with a gorgeous design on the exterior and also with a lot of big changes in the interior. Some of them I was crazy impressed because probably some people, some designers and some producer from Dacia probably see my videos, and some of the changes that I was complaining over the years in all the car manufacturers, they kind of changes or added in this car. And let's start it. First of all, this is the third generation of Duster, and as you probably know, Dacia claim that this family SUV provide the best value for the money in the segment, and I totally agree with them. It was the Europe's best selling SUV across all segment in retail market in 2022, and that says a lot about the car. The new Duster will be produced at Dacia plant in Romania, Pitești, as always, but if the demand will be super higher, probably they move the production, or they will move a part of the production in Morocco as well, because they have also a plant there. So the key points of this video that I want to go through is the fact that the new Dacia Duster will use a new platform, CMFB. This platform was used by Dacia, if I'm not wrong, on the new Jogger and also on the new Sandero. It's a great platform because they allow them the platform allow them to use also the hybrid, the mild hybrid systems. And from what I read, also they allow them to have more space in the interior and make a much more ergonomic car and much more practical car, and also much more economical. Another important point that these days is on the trend is the fact that they introduce sustainable materials, and all the plastics from the exterior, all the wheel arches plastics, 20% from them come from recycled plastic, and this is great. And also they use a new technology they call Starkle, and it's designed by Dacia engineers with Leondale Basel chemist. So it will be really interesting. I really want to see how it's in real, but it's a great technology that they bring on the car. And from what I heard and from what reviews I saw on the internet, it has a plastic that it's a little bit like gummy plastic. It's a little bit much more intelligent, I should say, intelligent process of making. And also the front and the rear bumper, from what I understand, it's kind of painted all together, and if you make one scratch on it, it's not like you can see the scratch inside, it's other color, it's not painted anymore, it's like painted all together. So if you make some scratches, probably you won't even notice it, or even if they will polish a little bit, they can kind of remove it very simple, because it's all together, the plastic one color. And this is also very important because it's also very eco-friendly, this process that they use. In other words, we have a new interior and exterior, as I said before, and from my point of view look gorgeous. I mean, the lines, they still keep that proportion in size. It's kind of the same size as before, but now these new Dacia Duster come with much more space, and inside in the interior will be like 30 millimeter more space, and also in the trunk around 472 liters. So it's much more spacious. The entry in the trunk, it's spacious, it's wider, it's taller, and it's not that it wasn't practical until now, but now it's even more practical, and that's really impressed me, and that add a lot of value for the money. Then the car come also in the interior with a brand new multimedia system and a brand new digital cockpit. And from my point of view, this is the biggest change. I mean, when I saw it first time, I was thinking, oh my god, if Dacia will keep the price, affordable price under 30,000, I think that will be one of the best sell SUV in 2024, 2025 probably, because I look at the interior and it looks like a premium car. I didn't touch the materials inside there, but we have a super big 10.1-inch multimedia screen, and it comes with a 7-inch digital cluster that you can customize different views, and you can see different areas and you can choose what you like to see. And also, from what I read, you can also see much more information on the 404 versions, like how is the car, in what position is the car, and incline, recline, and stuff like that. And from my point of view, these changes that Dacia come with are insane. Let's don't forget the fact that it comes with heated seat, heated steering wheel, heated windshield, something that I was like blown away to see with how many features this car will come. And it comes also on the top end versions, will come with 2 USB-C in the front, 2 USB-C on the rear, and a wireless charging for your phone, plus wireless connectivity, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But from what I heard, from middle range up for the top end versions. But will be really interesting to see even more details as we go in the future. Also, it comes with new hybrid powertrains that we will talk in a second, and I want to go get you through all these powertrains because I think here it's really interesting. And yeah, as you probably know, they work together with Renault Group, and they bring from Renault this hybrid system. It calls hybrid 140 because it has 140 horsepower, and it was used before on Joker. I mean, in 2023 was used by Dacia for the first time in Dacia Joker, and I tested and I like it very much. And it is indeed a petrol engine, 4 cylinders in line, 1.6 liter. It produced 94 horsepower, only the petrol engine, and then it has 2 electric motors, 149 horsepower, the power plant, and the high voltage starter generator. So the other electric motor, it's kind of a generator, a small one, and all this power, it's connected to an electric automatic gearbox. So the only automatic version that you can get, you will get with hybrid version. So if you will get the other versions, will come with a manual transmission. That's something to keep in mind. But here it's really interesting because it has the same gearbox as I tested also on other Renault cars. So we have like 4 engine ratio and 2 motor ratio. So it's a 6-speed automatic transmission, but it's a different one. It's 4 plus 2. Yeah, we will talk about that in another video. If you're interested, write me in the comment and tell me if you want to find out more about that. Now, this is the full hybrid version, and this is the version that I will definitely go with. So this is not the 4-wheel drive version, so keep in mind this is just the normal version, the urban version I should say, and that's why it comes also with automatic transmission. But if you want to go with 404, you will have the possibility to go with 404, but you will have to use a 6-speed manual transmission. What it's really interesting is that this technology, it's possible because the system it's clutchless, so it doesn't have any clutch. And then another important thing on this full hybrid version is the fact that the battery capacity, it's 1.2 kilowatt hour battery, and Dacia claim that you can drive in the city up to 80% only in electric mode, and this is insane. And it says like you can reduce the consumption by 20% in mixed cycle. That means if you go also on the highway in the city, and if you drive only in the city, you can reduce the consumption up to 40%. And yeah, you probably know that all the electric full hybrid systems are super efficient, or electric cars in the cities, and this is super important. I'm looking forward for this version because I think this version, in combination with all the comfort, safety features, and all these new design of the Duster, will be a good buy. I'm really curious to see the price as well. Then the second version, it's a mild hybrid. It's 130 DCI, and this is for the first time when Dacia used this powertrain on the car, and it used a three-cylinder 1.2 liter turbocharged petrol engine using Miller cycle. That means it has a 48 mild hybrid motor and 48-volt battery, and it kind of helped the petrol engine lower the emission by around 10%. So I mean, it's not like a full hybrid like I recommend you, but it's still much better than having a normal combustion engine. And also the battery on this system, it's a 0.9 kilowatt hour. And also this version of the engine, it's available with a 6-speed manual gearbox in 4-wheel drive or 4x2. And then the last one, and probably one of the most interesting, at least for many people where the gas has a good price in some countries, it's the TCI 100B fuel that use the LPG, and it's kind of Dacia, it's kind of the leader in Europe when it comes to LPG cars, because in Romania where they produce the car, there are many people that buy Dacia and use this gas LPG version. And here what I find it really interesting is the fact that it has 100-liter altogether. I mean, you have like gas 50-liter and you have the petrol 50-liter, and together can reach a VLTP range of 1,300 kilometers. So this is just insane. I mean, if you need to drive long distances and pretty much a mix economical, you can choose that as well. And also it has a button there where you can switch between petrol and gas inside the car, but we will talk about that as soon as I get the car. Talking a little bit about the exterior, because here I find it really interesting. They come with this new design and these new recycled materials, and the front and the rear skid plate are dyed into the mass, exactly what I tell you, meaning that the plastic, it's already colored when it's injected to make the parts. So that means the parts all together, the plastic has the same color everywhere. So even if you scratch it, will look the same color. You won't see any difference, and this is really interesting. And then we have the side underbody shield, the wheel arch guard, hallmarks, triangles on the front bumper, front and rear skid plate and rear shield tail are made of sturdy materials called Starkle, designed by Dacia engineers and Leondale Basel chemists. The material, which was unveiled on the Manifesto concept car. If you remember the concept car Manifesto, I have a video on my channel with it. It was a really interesting car that most of it made in recycled materials, and it was released and presented I think last year, but I don't remember in a showroom. I don't remember in which one was. And of course it's 20% made in recycled material. All those plastic protection around the wheels that I always talk about, that it comes with 20% recycled material. And this is great because Dacia said on all version from the new Duster will come with this plastic protection around the car, and this is insanely good because you're good to go. I mean, a lot of people go off-road with Dacia Duster, and this is important to protect that paint. Another signature that Dacia come with is the Y. So the Y become the new signature for Dacia. If you see, this is kind of the new images of Dacia cars. In the last year, the facelift come with Y design, and here the rear lamps and the headlamps will come in this Y design that looks quite interesting. And I think they finally find the signature, they finally find something unique that they can use for many years from now on, something that we don't see in other cars. And other than that, also Dacia delete all the chrome from the cars, and they claim that this is much more eco-friendly and they use other materials. In the interior, also very important is this, that on the extreme trim will come standard the washable TIP micro cloth upholstery. This is insane. And rubber mat in the front and rear boot, the mats are 20% recycle as well. So you can wash your seats inside the car. They try to make it as rugged as possible. So if you go off-road, or if you are a person that you just need the car to use it for practical purpose, I think this is the way to go, because you don't have to care about, oh, I just get my seat dirty and I have to wash it and I can't wash it. No, they are just washable, and this is really important, and I just want to point out in this video. Another thing that I find it really important, at least for me, is the fact that they work a little bit on ergonomy. And I look in the interior, and from my point of view to the interior, from 1 to 10, I will give it a 10 from 10. One thing that I love about, I didn't touch it, I didn't see it in real, but I know it's the steering wheel that looks kind of the same shape as the new Tesla Model 3 Highland. And yeah, I think this is really cool. I mean, I love the steering wheel, and it's made in artificial leather, so it's vegan friendly leather. But I can't wait to touch it and see it, because I think we'll have a great grip, great shape, and really beautiful. I really like it. Excepting that, I really like the new 10.1-inch screen, center screen, that it is positioned in the driver point of view. It's much better than before, where the multimedia system was lower, so it was kind of not so friendly in your field of view, but now it's a little bit higher. And the great part is that it is at the 10 angle towards the driver, so they tilt it a little bit to the driver, exactly what I tell you all the time in my review videos. It's really important to screen to be very visible for the driver, to be safe, to be easy to watch, and this is crazy good. Few information about the 404 version is the fact that it will be available with 404 terrain control transmission, which include 5 driving settings. We have the auto, the transmission automatically distribute power between the front and rear axle according to wheel grip and speed. Then we have the second one, the snow one, optimize trajectory on slippery roads with specifically ESC traction control and anti-skid setting. Then you have the mud and sand, and then you have off-road, top performance on taut terrain, very similar to the current Duster 404 lock mode, but with added advantages of automatically and optimally distributing the torque to the front and rear wheel according to the grip and speed. And the last one, it's the eco mode, of course, can give you much more economy. But here another good point is the fact that they improved the off-roader, and they improved the stability, the control, the way they distribute the torque to the wheels, and this is also really important. I can't wait to drive and to see the car. And a few technical data important for you, at least for those of you that goes off-road. The ground clearance 21.7 centimeters, and it comes with up to 31 degrees at the front and 36 degrees at the rear on the 404 version, the approach and departure angle, and it has 24 degrees for the ventral angle. So this is also very important points. When you go off-road, you will have a new info system that you can see different information about off-road, for example, lateral tilt, uphill and downhill pitch, power distribution to the front and rear axle. So you can see a nice graphic in the multimedia system about all those stuff. Now guys, to give you my opinion about the car, I think it's just incredible. I was expecting to be better, the new version, but this is much more than I was expected. When I saw the interior, it looks very similar with what Volkswagen tried to do, the same big 10-inch screen. And I saw a few reviews, and I saw the way they go through the multimedia, that it's quite responsive. I see also the navigation, the map, and I see how responsive it is, and I think will be just insane with wireless connectivity. And as you probably know, Renault, if you look at Renault Megane, if you look at the new Austral, if you look at the all new Espace, all new Renault these days come with an insane multimedia system. It's just fabulous, the multimedia system from Renault, and why not? I said that also in my video, why not share that with Dacia as well? Why not give them also this edge to the multimedia? And I think this time they get something there, and I'm really excited and I want to see this multimedia. Stay close to see the review when I will do this multimedia as well. Exterior design wise, I think it looks gorgeous, much better. It's much more present. It looks a little bit like a proper powerful 404. It goes a little bit with the design through the Defender, Range Rover Defender. I think it has that power feeling of, I don't know, it's just when you look at the car you feel like it's powerful, and you have that energy that comes from the design. And the interior, I think, is just totally changed, even though if they use probably a lot of plastic like before. From what I saw, it's just they changed this plastic, but I'm really curious and I want to touch and see all those things. But in terms of view and the things that I saw in the images, and from my experience with all those cars, I think it's not bad. It's really good. The question now it is, what will be the price? And if you want to find out the price, stay close, because as soon as I find it out, I will tell you that. Guys, I hope the video was useful. If you have questions, ask me down below. Whatever you want to ask, I will answer with pleasure. I hope the video was useful and you get some useful information from here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So thank you a lot. I guess I see you soon in the next one. Stay safe and see you soon, guys. Bye.